I suppose that if there is no key, we're going to have to find some other way in, Sophia. We'd gone around the out... If that's a freaking cave. Sophia, if this is a cave here... Did you see this, Sophia? Did you see this? If you did, why didn't you tell me? Is this because of the armor thing? Is that why you didn't tell me about this cave? Whatever. Let's just go. Come on, Sophia. Little crab bands. Well, I took care of them, didn't I? Is there anything good here? Oh, a chest. Carrots are also gross. What? Take my arrow, you fraud. Slit your throat so that when you scream, only blood comes out. Soldier, ruby, ew, poison, gross. Poison disgusts me. That reminds me of a conversation I had with a stupid woman one time. She told me, I mentioned, you know, she told me that she likes fighting, and I mentioned, oh, hey, I did some martial arts for a while. To which she goes, oh, well, martial arts is cool, but I prefer to fight with poisons. And I'm like, really? Like what? I mean, like, making poisons are really difficult. It's really easy to accidentally poison yourself, too. I mean, you have to have, like, a pretty good knowledge of, like, herbs and things like that, right? She's like, oh, it's easy, you know? Like, I'm a dagger and poison kind of person. I'm like, you know, dagger is actually a... I told her, like, look, a dagger is actually a really inefficient weapon when used on its own, because it doesn't quite give you the reach that a longsword does, and in a straight-up fight, you're probably gonna get your ass kicked. And she's like, well, that's where the poisons come in, winky face. And I'm like, I don't think you understand how any of this works. And then I just stopped talking to her after that, because she clearly had no idea about anything. It's like, oh, I like fighting with poisons. I'm like, you're gonna die in a real fight. Poisons are what you use to assassinate people. Daggers have their purpose in combat, but usually as a parrying weapon or a secondary weapon, not a primary weapon. If you run up trying to slash someone with a poison dagger, they're probably going to, like, you know, take a nice slice out of your chest while running backwards. And they're just going to swing for center mass. Probably, actually, no, they're probably going to swing for your neck first. I know if someone was charging me with a dagger, I would swing at the neck, kill you, like down towards their main body. Sorry, Sophia. I would just see what happens. You have to be ridiculously quick with a dagger if you are going to successfully hurt someone with it when they have a longer reach weapon. I know this Literally from personal experience. Why? Because I prefer to fight with a pair of short swords, not daggers, because daggers are just way too fucking short. I could never reach anyone with a dagger. However, short swords give me a lot of maneuverability and they give me just enough reach. I still have to be very fast to get inside their guard to be able to actually deliver a blow that would land on the body. Can't do it with a dagger. Can do it with a short sword. Can do it with a pair of short swords. And with a pair of short swords, I find it easier for me to be able to parry attacks because I do not have to worry about all of that blade movement. Like when you try to spin a long sword and you try to rotate a long sword from an upright position down to a pointing down position, there's all this clearance that the long sword needs to make. The entire blade length has to make sure it doesn't run into anything else, like a shield if you're using a shield, your other arm, the person next to you if you're line fighting, or a wall if you're in close quarters. Short swords allow that to happen without really having as much issue with the spatial requirements and collision with things that you don't want to collide with. Daggers are just too damn short. Because while daggers give you a very good amount of range to play with for wrist rotation and other things like that for the actual position of the weapon, they're just so poor at actually striking because of their size, because of their blade length, that you have to get too far inside enemy's guard to be able to deliver a blow. Now, one would argue that if you go in with two weapons, it's fine, but no. In my experience, that shit does not work. Two daggers against a person with one normal longsword, that's a good way to die. A pair of short swords, moving quick and really paying attention, you can do it. I don't pull it off all the time. When I do, it's awesome. But I don't do it all the time, which is why when I need to be competitive, I use a normal longsword. It's full length, normal, everything standard. I don't try to get fancy with dual-wielding daggers or other stuff like that. If I do dual-wield short swords, it's because I'm in line combat and I'm a flanker. I hang out on the edges and I make sure no one tries to get around behind us and I chase them down. And the reason that I have two short weapons is so that it's very easy for me to parry while inside the line if I do have to close in with everybody else. Because I don't enjoy shields. I don't enjoy using a shield. So I'll have a couple of parry weapons that I can use to keep myself alive from glaives and great swords while I'm in the line. And it means I have enough maneuverability to be able to break off because I don't have to worry about pulling away at an awkward angle because I don't have to take blade length into account. So people out there, don't walk up to me and say, oh man, I like to fight with daggers and poisons like you're some fucking edgelord. 1v1 me. Watch how fast you don't succeed. You won't even land one swing before I can land one on you. Don't care how fast you are. You're just not making it. And I will enthusiastically prove that as often as I need to get the point across. Well, I like to fight with poisons, dearie. You shut up, bitch. You don't know anything. And guys, they're like, well, you just get a poison arrow and shoot them. Get a normal arrow and shoot them. Do not fuck with poisons. That's a good way to make yourself dead. It is really easy to fuck yourself up with poisons if you don't know what you're doing. That is not amateur shit. That is pro level. Do not F with that stuff. Trying to poison things and use them in combat is a good way to get yourself killed because what if you get cut with your own weapon somehow? There's a lot of situations in which that can occur. But what if that happened? And now you're fucked. Don't play with poisons like an edgelord. Bring a shield, bring a long sword. Great chances of survival, and so it's really lethal. You have a big shield to defend and hide behind, and you have a normal full-length longsword to fight with. Japheth, some old-ass Draugr? What? Smaller band than was expected joined with me departing Dawnstar. Apparent local word is that this island is unfit for any sort of habitation, owing to spirits, no favorable weather. No matter, more space for the loyal few, though the building of the citadel may prove to be time-consuming. The first winter was difficult, with the abandonment of many men and women to return to their families on the mainland, a culling of the herd. Let us lose the faithless, the weak, and those who lack the fortitude to persevere. Stories of ghosts inhabiting this place are just stories. They frighten away more of those who would weep like children when their shadows flicker in the firelight. Me and my closest remain ever vigilant. I find little need for additional company. The cold and wind seem to have finally driven off the last of those who would fancy themselves to be my compatriots. I have no need of their indolence. Let those who look upon Japheth's fortress be afraid and know the great man who conquered the accursed island. Now, even my more trusted go-betweens have stopped making the regular deliveries of food and supplies to the fortress. I must now become self-sufficient and farm the land as my father did. The rocks are unyielding, and my grain grows short, but I will not abandon my greatest creation, or weather the storm and fend off the ghosts and bite into the wind such that all might sing songs of my great settlement. I'm starting to think the stories of the ghosts may have a kernel of truth to them, or else it's simply the hunger talking. The ghosts are speaking to me now. The more of this iceness that I eat, the more I clearly can hear them. They are telling me it was a mistake to come here, as if I didn't already know that. Oh gods, help me. Steel short of shocks. Japheth is dead. Big ass chest. The master chest. That was delightfully easy to open. Take the robes to sell. Leave everything else. I'm sorry, I just can't get that woman's voice out of my head. Well, dearie, I like to fight with poisons. No, you don't. Get out. You've never even made a poison in your life. Shut up. Stop talking to me. Stupid fucking ultra fraud. Everything you say is a lie. Well, that's where the dagger comes in. No, it doesn't. Because you've taken a potentially mortal blow to the neck before you can close the distance. You probably already accidentally poisoned yourself beforehand. Good luck holding that dagger when your hands are numb from the poison that you fucked up when you tried to apply it to the weapon. Stupid bastard. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do it. Do not try to do it. Grab a shield. Grab a sword. That is the best you can do. That is, at least for, you know, entry level, whatever. But that's probably still the best you can do.
What was that?
Japheth's folly. He's talking about a college when I barged in. Ah, big ass chest. Arcane enchanted. I have no use for that. Soul gem. Nightshade reminds me of Astrid. I miss Astrid. I miss Astrid a lot. Look, shield fighter is hard to kill. A friend of mine's a shield fighter. My friend Argyle. That dude is tough as nails to kill. Getting around a shield is hard. Getting around it, like, getting around it consistently and efficiently, also difficult. What in the Hades breaching drill is going on out there?
You should try it. Role-playing, I mean. Although pinching bottoms is quite fun too.
Well, now.
There you are.
Who's this over here then?
You're excited to see
Did we take over the island? Did we win?
Perhaps you should wait for a more appropriate
Is it over?
moment before trying to dive on top of me.
Huh?
Don't even.
Time to...
I would have let you live, woman. I would have let you live. You swung first. I waited. I waited.
There you are.
You killed Heldon.
Impressive work. We started the attack once you made the fog scamper away like that. Hope you didn't catch any of the fire. We can head back whenever you're set. There's celebrating to be done. Are you ready to go?
This is the prettiest place I've encountered yet in this entire game. By a lot. I think second to it comes the time that we met Sanguine, and then third is the Eldergloom Sanctuary. Let's go.
All aboard!
I'm gonna miss that place. I'm gonna miss that place. Shouldn't have made so much gin. No, come on, game. All I do is alt tab. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I just alt tabbed. I'll meet you back at wherever we're going. What? Excuse me.